Hello again and welcome back to some climbing news. Not a lot of sense today, but some interesting stuff to talk about nevertheless. We've got Michaela Kiersch with a 9A/514D first ascent. Will Bosi officially managing to do the Crux of Silence. Some YouTube video recommendations for you guys and more. So as always, do the YouTube thing, like, subscribe if you haven't, comment with opinions, all that jazz, and yeah, start the show. Starting us off today, we've got Marco Muller in the news for his recent ascent of Change Part 1, the 9A plus in flat anger that constitutes the lower half of the full change line, which is 9B plus or 515C. This is Marco's second ever 9A plus, having done his first ever about 4 years ago. Wow, it's a big congrats to the guy on a big effort. 12 days of effort concretely. And yeah, man, looking forward to seeing what else this dude can get done. He's from Switzerland, so it seems he'll be heading to Ticino soon, which is kind of cool. Gonna see what he can do once the bouldering season gets its start. And next, let's talk Amandine Loury, who has just sent in 2 days the routes Ego-Suction 8C/514B and Baise-Moi 8C plus/514C. She just peaked at 35 years old, having been a comp climber way back in the day. She won bronze at the Youth Worlds in 2009, which is pretty freaking cool. And yeah, man, for everyone out there who is in their mid-30s, it can be done. This woman has been climbing for a while, and she's just now the absolute strongest she has ever been, which at least gives me hope personally. Like, maybe you guys don't know this, but I'm fucking 31, so you know, we're getting there. But yeah, big congrats to Amandine for those 2 sends. I mean, 8C plus is top of the game at the moment for anyone in the climbing world. And then I want to talk about this video that just came out where Oriane Bertone speaks about her experience post-Olympics. It seems like she had an incredibly rough time, experiencing some pretty deep levels of depression, going so far as to basically lock herself in her house and quitting climbing entirely for about 2 months. And for one, I have to just commend her for being as open about her struggles as she is in this video. For anyone that wants to watch it, fair warning, it's entirely in French, but essentially what she's saying is that when you set your entire life around the achievement of a specific goal, in her case, reaching the Olympics, once that goal is achieved, there is a sense of emptiness that can be felt afterwards. Combine that with her personally feeling as though she did not perform particularly well. She finished in 8th in front of a home crowd, and well, it seems like she felt that she'd let everybody, her trainer, her family, her fans, all of them down. And yeah, it seems it's taken a lot for her to get back into competition climbing, which makes the fact that her season this year was pretty freaking great. Gold in Prague, silver in Innsbruck, Curitiba, and Kekiao. I mean, I have nothing but respect for her for that. But basically, just gonna bring this one to all of you guys, I suppose, as a message to anyone struggling with mental health issues that might have developed from whatever place. I know I've dealt with shit like that too. If you need help, get help. There's absolutely no shame or weakness in doing so. And at least with regards to what Oriane is saying, yeah, man, sometimes reaching a goal can leave you feeling somewhat empty and lost, and it's important to understand that as a fact. And at least I can say in climbing that while it's good for everyone to set performance goals, it's also easy to forget that this activity is just fun on its own. Like, one of my favorite things to do in a gym or outdoors is to have a big volume day where I do stuff that at or below my flash level and just enjoy moving and all that. It's fun. But anyways, links to Oriane's video are in the description if you want to check it out. As I said, it's all in French, so if you don't speak French, best of luck. But otherwise, yeah, let's move on. And then I'm just gonna plug Mejdi Schalk's YouTube channel and his latest video, Mejdi Blue. Just kind of goes over his last winter season in fun. Honestly, it's just nice to know that there's someone out there that's as cool, calm, and collected as me. But yeah, go watch it. I think it's probably one of the best climbing videos I've seen in a while, and I'm starting to kind of see a pattern here. Most climbing videos barely feature people being people. They're generally all about the boulder or the climb, the rock, and not the person climbing it. I think that's what's been kind of turning me off a lot of mellow videos lately. Like, they've all just turned into one giant globby mess of fisheye lens shots and little else. Yeah, that's interesting to a certain extent, but after a while, you kind of just need something else. And I feel like that something else is like just general humanity. Like in my opinion, one of the reasons why the Tension Board Lords videos work so well is that not only can you relate to the difficulty of what you're seeing, but there's also a lot of time devoted to general banter and playfulness and all that, where the Board Lord's personality shines. Whereas like, can anyone who doesn't know him personally tell me from all the Mellow videos he's in what Zach Gala's like as a person? No, you can't, because it's just not shown to you, like, ever. I'm not saying that Zach is or isn't a cool dude. It's just if I'm not given any info to figure out whether I like him or not, then I'm probably gonna have a hard time caring if he does or doesn't do a hard climb. At least generally speaking, of course. There are certain videos where that isn't necessarily a thing. Anyways, the point is, go watch Mejdi's video. It really makes his personality shine. It is in French, so if you don't speak it, again, best of luck, but at least there's subtitles, which are more than fine. So I think you should be okay. And yeah, man, we're in the go watch these videos portion of the show, so go watch the latest Tension Climbing Ass or Gas episode. It features Alex Honnold and Emily Harrington, who, if you don't know who they are, how the hell did you even find my channel, dude? Like, seriously, they're two of the absolute biggest names in climbing. And even though they don't really climb all that hard on the board, watching them do their thing is incredibly fun, especially Honnold. I just love that dude. He seems absolutely hysterical. Personally, I'm not as big of a fan of these episodes as I am the Board Lord stuff, but it's still a pretty great watch, so can't recommend it enough. Next, Alex Megos with another vlog episode about his experience working Project Big in Flatanger. If you're a fan of Megos, if you're a fan of watching a dude hangdog for like 20 minutes or so, then yeah, go watch that. Otherwise, don't. But honestly, throwback to when Jakob Schubert did a live stream of his send. I really thought pro climbers were going to start doing that more often, and yet we just haven't really seen much of that at all, beyond Will Bosi a few times on Terra Nova and Burden of Dreams. Thought that would happen more, but I guess not. Maybe people just don't want to have to be on all the time, entertaining others while trying to perform at their limit. I don't know. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them. Honestly, it's one of the reasons I respect Sean Rabbitoux as much as I do, because he just wants to climb for himself. Kind of the same reason I don't think I'll ever show myself climbing on this channel either. Moving on, this is turning into way too many opinions. To Will Bosi, who just managed to do every single move of the Crux of Silence for the first time. Seems like he's getting closer. Though he does report on the gram that he thinks it's gonna take a lot of work before he can even begin to attempt links, which honestly just goes to show how ridiculously hard Silence really is. Or at least how intensely strange the Crux is. Like, if Will Bosi, a guy who has been able to flash up to V14, and I think he's done like 3 V14 AB plus flashes, if I'm not mistaken, like, if he's having trouble linking together the Crux, and Andra said that he believed that the Crux was about V15-ish or 8C-ish, then that's what freaking nails Crux. Either way, to go from not being able to do all the moves to having done them all in about 2 days is absolutely incredible stuff from Will. No way to really tell if he's going to be able to send this season. I mean, honestly, we know Flatanger is climbable up to about the end of October, so yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens, if he even stays there or not. I would love to know what people think. Does Will Bosi have it in him to snag the first repeat right now? Or do you think he'll get some good links, go into full training mode during the winter, and come back for red point attempts in like April or something? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, Michaela Kiersch has just proposed 9A/514D for her first ascent of Mad Lib. Oh wait, that's actually not the only thing she's done. She sent an 8C+/514C2. Not bad. Alright, so look, Mad Lib is a climb in Lone Rock Point in Vermont. As far as I can understand it, it links a bunch of different 514 climbs together through the hardest section of the cliff. And make no mistake, this is an extremely important achievement for Michaela, as it marks the hardest ever proposed first ascent by a woman in North America. In fact, if my sources are correct, and I haven't missed anything, I'm pretty freaking sure this is actually only the 3rd ever proposed 9A first ascent by a woman, with the other 2 coming from Laura Rogora and Anak Verhoeven, who also previously proposed 9A plus for another first ascent she's done. Anak, not Laura. And look, Michaela, she's a fucking badass, okay? We're talking about a woman who has sent an 8C/V15 boulder, 2 9A plus routes. She sent a Mandla, the 8B plus/V14 boulder in Rocklands with a broken pinky a while back. As I keep telling the world, she has a beer sponsorship. And on top of all of that, she's a freaking occupational therapy doctor. Which means that climbing is just like a side gig for her. What? Fuck off. that one came out of nowhere. Let me calm down for a second. I feel a new nemesis brewing here. Brewing beer. She has a beer sponsor, and okay, you know what? Michaela Kiersch sucks, dude. Fuck it. She's on my hate list. Bump Jules Marchland. Jump on the Kiersch hate train. Hating women as a straight white man, that's no good. Actually, the way that things are going, I might get canceled for praising them instead. So maybe I'm doing the right thing here by giving Michaela Kiersch shit for being good at what she does. The real praise, as we all know, should go to the man that bolted Mad Libs, not the woman that did the super hard climbing. Everyone knows that. Are people happy now? But no, seriously, I want to talk about women doing first ascents, because like I said earlier, this is in all probability the 4th hardest first ascent proposal by a woman. And this is very honestly exactly what I want to see more from the ladies in the climbing world. As if my opinion matters. But I don't know why it's the case, but first ascents by women in pretty much any grade range are actually pretty freaking rare, both in bouldering and sport climbing. Like, they just don't develop stuff. I don't know why. And we know that what really puts you on the map as a contender for best ever is by pushing the limits of the sport, and that ain't ever gonna happen if all you do is repeat stuff other people have done. Like, take Lynn Hill, first person to free the nose on El Cap. It's been, what, 30 years or something, and she's still very much in the conversation as one of the best climbers of all time. Same with Fred Nicole, or Sharma, or Andra. Hell, if we want to talk about women, Janja being the first person to ever get a clean sweep of the World Cup competition season is ultimately what put her on everyone's shortlist as the GOAT comp climber. She did that back in 2019. Point is, we all know women are capable of climbing just as hard as men right now. Brooke took months to do Excalibur. Andra took years to do Silence. There's 1 grade of separation. She could totally do that too. If she put one of these ladies on a mega hard project like, I don't know, like Le Blonde or something, can you imagine Janja snaking that shit from Sharma? Or like, I don't know, I mean, I did mention Excalibur, so why not add the low start and send the whole thing? I'm talking to Brooke at this point. Like, just devote a year to a hard project and do something crazy. What I'm trying to say is that what Michaela has done is what I want to see more of. And I hope she continues to do stuff like this because she's more than capable. It's exactly the sort of thing that the climbing community should encourage. Hopefully she inspires some more women to keep this shit going because it's pretty freaking rad. Or, wait, no, shit. Michaela, stop it. You suck and you know it. Women should go back to projecting V2s at most. That's their true limit, and we all know it. And someone with a brewery fucking sponsor me already. But hey, that was some climbing news. Thanks as always for watching and during that little bit of bigotry. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, a little reminder to throw in a like, comment with some opinions, subscribe if you haven't, as it does help me bring this show to you and everyone else out there. But otherwise, enjoy the weekend. And as always, we'll climb some stuff.